This week on Healthy Living, what is the impact of holiday drinking on health and how to celebrate responsibly while avoiding its negative effects? We explore the consequences of heavy drinking and tips to stay in control. And researchers in France have found a way to treat strokes with less toxicity. That's in this edition of Healthy Living. Hello, I'm Linor Moudou. Welcome to another episode of Healthy Living. The holidays are here, and with them comes celebration, good cheer, and sometimes overindulgence in alcohol. Experts say heavy drinking during the holiday season is a widespread concern, as many people drink heavily as a way to celebrate. They say while it may seem harmless to have a few extra drinks, binge drinking can have serious health repercussions, including liver damage, high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and an increased risk of accidents and injuries. Furthermore, binge drinking can lead to uncomfortable hangovers that interfere with daily life and can cause long-term harm in some cases. A common experience for many, hangovers are characterized by headaches, nausea, fatigue, and sensitivity to light and sound. The symptoms can significantly disrupt people's overall well-being. Juma Majanga reports from Nairobi, Kenya.
The Roca Lounge Bar and Restaurant in Nairobi's Utawala Estate is packed with revelers. David Kinoti says he is out to enjoy drinks with his friends.
We have to drink. Sometimes this life we have nowadays, we have to take tips so that we can survive. This one is not very easy. So we take tips so that we can survive. Yes, especially the economy of Ruto. We have to take tips so that we can survive.
Kinoti admits that after a night of drinking, he suffers from hangovers.
Hangover, it's very obvious. But the following day, you feel like you don't feel to wake up, you don't feel like doing anything, you just feel like relaxing, like sleeping.
Dr. Kingi Mochache is a psychiatrist working with Psych Care Medical Center in Nairobi. She explains how hangovers occur as the body tries to process alcohol.
You remember in chemistry, there are stages of how you break down something, So when alcohol is being broken down, there's something here in the middle called acetylaldehyde. That thing is the one that after that has to wait in a certain level for the next metabolism. This is the thing that causes hangover. It feels very bad. It makes someone feel nauseous, vomiting, feel very bad. So the people who accumulate a lot of acetylaldehyde, it's because the next step delays, it's slower, and then they have a harder time.
Dr. Mochache says alcohol dehydrates the body by increasing the production of urine, which can lead to symptoms like dry mouth and dizziness. It disrupts sleep patterns, leaving individuals feeling tired and irritable. She says hangovers also affect people's mental performance.
Of course, you're not going to be of sound mind and you're going to be unwell. So it depends on your job, and if your job is sensitive, I would say maybe your manager should not allow you to work. You should just take either a leave day or something so that you're in the right frame of mind. People who, like pilots, doctors, there are these careers where you really need to be concentrating and in a good state of health. Don't endanger other people's lives because of a hangover.
Experts say there is no medical remedy for hangovers, and recovering from them may vary from one person to another. Kinoti says solutions such as rehydration or getting extra sleep works for him.
Take soup and fruits. They help a lot. Yes, to remove hangovers. And you'll be very sober to go to work.
A 2022 survey by Kenya's National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, showed alcohol use prevalence at 44.5% among public sector employees and at 30% among the general public. As the festive season kicks in, Dr. Kingi urges responsible drinking.
Drink responsibly. There is the criteria of how to drink responsibly if you must. Ideally, look for other ways to have fun. As I said, there is a formula on how to drink. Understand yourself. Don't do reckless drinking and driving, operating machinery, getting to a level of being completely drunk. Avoid that.
Medical experts say hangover can significantly impact personal and public health by causing decreased productivity at work due to fatigue and increased risk of accidents and injuries from poor coordination due to impaired cognitive function, and puts potential strain on healthcare systems due to individuals seeking relief for hangover symptoms. Juma Najanga, VOA Africa, Nairobi.
Dr. Isaac Kiduma is Assistant Managing Director of Afya Partners Initiative in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. He discusses the causes and challenges of binge drinking, a pattern of excessive alcohol consumption that poses significant health risks, and shares practical tips on drinking responsibly during the holidays.
When we talk about binge drinking, is the excessive alcohol intake within a shorter period of time that is exacerbated by certain motives. For instance, during holiday, people prefer to take large amount of alcohol because of cultural norms and the other factors that are associated with the holidays. But when we talk about alcoholism, this is the disease, the excessive intake of alcohol frequently, regularly. Sometimes you find this person has a strong cravings or dependence on alcohol. So binge it happens once due to certain motives, but alcoholism is there. A person is, and it is a disease. So a person will take alcohol daily, and despite the consequences that are facing these persons. You know, all toxins have been metabolized in the liver. So once a person is drinking a large amount of alcohol, the liver become overwhelmed. That's number one. But number two, you know, a person who is taking alcohol tends to urinate frequently, right? So the severe dehydration also can lead a person to have a severe hangover. But apart from that, sometimes can lead to electrolyte imbalances and the blood sugar, which are all these are the things that can contribute to severe hangovers. Apart from resting, a person should ensure that because this results of dehydration, a person should ensure that is well hydrated. So is consuming enough amount of water that can replace that's one that has been lost. It's very difficult to avoid binge drinking, but we can reduce or we can find other activities that can be done during the holiday. For instance, we can prefer traveling, having playing games instead of taking alcohol. But apart from that, also drinking together with the water. You know, you take half glass of alcohol or half glass of beer, and you take half glass of water. This will regulate the amount of the alcohol a person is taking. Binge drinking is a public health issues because it leads to health issues, accidents, and sometimes injuries. So we need to educate the people on drinking responsibly during the holiday, number one. Number two, finding a way of moderating this, these big companies like beers companies, during the holidays, the time where they advertise their products, and sometimes they have new products for the holidays, finding a way that these advertisements won't make people hype to go for excessive drinking.
As we mentioned, the holiday season often sees an increase in alcohol consumption, but experts say it's important to enjoy responsibly. Here are some valuable tips from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism to help you maintain control during the festivities. Be mindful of your actions. Keep track of how much you drink. Set a limit and have a plan for politely declining alcohol when offered. Avoid triggers that encourage unwanted drinking. Know what counts as a drink. 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, and 1.5 ounces of spirits all equal one drink. Understand your motivations. If you're drinking to relax, relieve social anxiety, or have fun, consider finding alternative ways to meet these needs without exceeding your limits. If you're hosting a party, offer non-alcoholic alternatives, keep alcoholic beverages separate from other drinks, and provide plenty of food options to slow alcohol absorption and encourage moderation. Researchers in France say they have found a way to treat strokes with greater precision and less toxicity of current treatments. Here is more.
Researchers in France have synthesized particles called physiomic that can identify and destroy the tiny blood clots responsible for strokes with greater precision and less toxicity than the current process.
So, thanks to the contrast agent, we were able to set up a collaboration with the pharmaceutical company CSL Behring, as well as Inserm Transfer, to develop this diagnostic tool and turn it into a theranostic tool. In other words, it will both diagnose and make visible the microclots, and at the same time allow them to break down and restore blood flow in patients.
We made a magnetic and biodegradable contrast agent. The biodegradable properties are a prerequisite for the contrast agent. Once injected into the body, to be completely metabolized and not cause toxic effects. Magnetic properties enable a signal to be obtained in magnetic resonance imaging. An ischemic stroke is caused by a clot migrating from the carotid artery and blocking the blood supply to the brain. We can now see large clots on MRI. On the other hand, we don't currently know how to detect the smaller clots that lodge in microcirculation. Our contrast agent will never have any toxic effects because it uses only materials that are already present in the body. In this test tube, we have our contrast agent, which consists of iron oxide and polydopamine microplastics. These microplastics can be injected into the bloodstream, and with their polydopamine coating, they will bind to the microclot. Once they've attached themselves to the microclot, because they have magnetic properties, they can be seen in an MRI.
So there are currently just over 160 to 170 people working together on neurovascular diseases, understanding the mechanism of action and trying to develop new therapeutic and diagnostic strategies, mainly for strokes. So it's an academic research center, but it's also associated with private structures. 4 startups from the laboratory are working with us.
Thanks for watching Healthy Living. For the latest news and coverage, stay connected to Voice of America at voaafrica.com. You can follow me on X at @linochmudu. That's our show for today. Until next time, stay well and strive to make every day a healthy day.